the second charge was false imprisonment. They're offering on that charge 10 to serve 7 years in custody. So he'll get 10 years, but he'll have to serve 85% of that, which is 7 years. So his time is going to be 85%. He gets no halftime, y'all. He's getting 85%. It's already here in the deal. Okay, and then for the other three charges, those hold 5 years. I think this says probation. Damn, my eyes are bad, y'all. So the other three charges hold 5 years. Let me play it.
Serious charge, rape. The following shows the plea offer.
Let me push pause right here. So it's 5 years probation. 5, 10. So he'll have 15 years probation, but mandatory for the first and second charge. The first charge, I know that rape charge, I believe, holds 20 years in Georgia. So the second charge, he would do 10 years. They would give him 10, but he'd serve 7 years. He's already been a year in jail, so he gets a year knocked off because they're going to run it concurrent. So all the time that he spent in jail, the year and 3, 4 months that he's been in there, they're going to knock that off because that's considered. And then I don't know if it's county time. So county time in Georgia, I know county time in California is 1 day equals 2 days. So actually, he would get 2 years knocked off if they count it the way they do here in California, because each 1 day that you do in county jail is actually 2 days. So he would get 2 years knocked off. So this sentence would come down from 10 years. See, this is why he should have took the deal, y'all. The sentence would have came down from 10 years to 8 years, and he would have had to do 85% of 8 years. So that's what would have happened. And then he would have got 15 years probation on the other three counts, which I'm sure they're not going to give him 15 years. So they probably would have, leveled it out to maybe about, 7 years probation or so. So
No,
all in all,
no,
go
that's
ahead.
not how it go. It go like they gave him total sentences 20 to serve 7 years in custody and balance on probation. So he would have, because they gave him for count three, they gave him 5 years probation. Count four, they gave him 5 years
Right.
probation. Count five, they gave him five years
That's 15.
probation. But I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna run it wild or run it concurrent, because he can do the 5 years. He can do all 5 years if they run it all concurrent in jail while he in jail,
Right.
and he can just have the 3 years. I mean, the 3 years probation, because they're giving him 10 years to serve in custody. You know what I mean? Which is not a bad deal. It's not a
It's
bad deal
not.
if
Plus,
you
he's
look at the
already did
circumstance of
time
the
in
charge.
jail.
Yeah, he did a year in jail. That's going to automatically be credited, because they can't not credit unless he, like, see, that drone shit could make them not credit that shit. Shit like that makes them, they can say, they can start that shit whenever they want to start it. You know, they don't have to give him every day that he did in jail. They can call it dead time. They could just be dead
Okay.
time.
We're
You know
not
what I'm
talking about
saying?
Donald Trump, Bobby. That's the other live that you're in. This is not the Donald Trump live, love. Okay,
Yeah,
just
you in the
checking.
wrong live, shorty. Yeah,
Yeah, it has money.
so
You're
I
not
don't
making any
know,
sense.
because he's in trouble. That's all I know.
Yeah.
But I would have took the deal, because he'll be home a lot sooner than he think if he take it, especially if they give him um the um the credit that he did from
Right.
from when he got locked up. Because he'll
Right.
only have to do like 6.5 years, which that shit ain't no time.
It's
When you
probably
look at the
less than
scheme of
that.
things, yeah, when you look at the scheme of things, y'all think he gonna go to trial in July. He might not go to trial in July. He can go to trial next year.
Yep, they can keep prolonging it. And he knows that.
Yeah,
They told him that.
that's what the inmates are gonna tell him. That's what niggas gonna tell him
Hmm.
when he talking to his cell buddies or whoever he talking to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of dudes in the county jail ain't never been upstate. This their first time too. So all of them basically
Hmm.
learning the law, and he ain't upstate in
Together.
prison where he got no real, because you got legal aides in prison that's been in jail, niggas that really know the law upstate. But these county dudes, they don't know the law. They just, unless they did a bid before. You know, a lot of dudes that been in the county don't know the law. You know what I mean? And so he basically fucked. They don't really have a law library in the county jail. They have one, but it's not as significant as one would be upstate. You know what I'm saying? So like he fucked in a lot of ways, especially if he don't take the deal. But if he don't take the deal, all his appeal rights still stand. So that the thing about taking the deal and not taking the deal is you lose all of your appeal rights. You throw all your rights away, and you say that you did X, Y, and Z. If he don't want to be registered as a sex offender, I would take the deal based on the fact that she said she did not want to go in the room. When she said no, I don't want to go in the room, and she started crying in his arms, you know what I mean? That's a tough one because looking at it from a victim standpoint, because she is a victim, and when you're talking about a victim, you don't want to say their name. You don't really want to
Mm-hmm.
even mention them. You know what I mean? Him mentioning her is like one of the, you don't hear no celebrity out here saying her name. They when they do interviews and they got a victim involved, they don't talk about the victim because you don't want the victim to be panicked. You know what I'm saying? And they done talked about the victim whether they knew her or not. That was the dumbest shit in the world. We all know that. But if he go when he goes to trial and blow trial, he can come back on appeal based on certain things. Because he could get found, the jury can find him guilty of just a rape, and that should be a lot, and find him not guilty of false imprisonment. You know, they might
Mm-hmm.
not find him guilty of certain things. But I don't got him beating this outright based on the picture that the DA got to paint. Because they got multiple videos of him saying how he dominates women, how he controls the minds of his women, all of that stuff. People say, well, none of that stuff don't matter because he didn't get found guilty of that. That's not fucking true in the eyes of the law. Because when it comes to the jury don't know this man from a can of paint. And when the
Mm-mm.
DA speaks, she is going to be talking about his videos and who is Nature Boy and how he became Nature Boy and all this stuff. And they're going to show his aggression to make him be this evil demon. And the defense is going to try to paint a picture of, you know, how they trying to say he was a barber and he went out to do his spiritual journey, da 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 da, and then they was acting and this. They gonna say that, but and when you see the emotion in the women, they're not gonna believe his defense
Hey,
on
Black
his
boy.
acting. Then I don't got them believing that based on Malia being sick, because she's gonna come up in it too at some point.
Right.
She's gonna be mentioning it too at some point because she is a part of that other shit with the drone and all that shit. You know what I mean? So like, yo, I don't think that if me
Hey,
and him was
baby.
sitting in the cell and we was going through it, you know, I would have stopped him where she said, "No, I don't want to go in the room." And when she said that, I would have said, "Yo, bro, you can't beat that, bro. If you beat that, I'll be surprised." You know what I'm saying? You can't beat that shit. And then on top of it, in the beginning, even before the no, she was getting slapped. So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta really, really think about that. You know
Look
what
at
I
everything
mean?
in the context. Right. I agree.
Yeah.
Because what type of mind state was she under? She definitely was under duress. And then she probably was trembling and shaking, you know. She didn't know if they was gonna jump on her or not. And then when the women go, you know, what did they say? God is calling. Are you gonna answer? That right there, those words, it's almost like her being hypnotized. It triggered her into saying, oh shit, I gotta go back. Oh shit, I gotta go back up there. That's automatic trigger words for hypnosis in a sense, because with her mind being manipulated by him, anything of that nature automatically triggers her mind to say, I got to immediately go see what he wants. It's almost like when you whoop a child, whoop a child, whoop a child, and you tell a child, didn't I tell you to come here? And they get scared and they start jumping like you're going to hit them. Same thing. Same thing. Same reaction. So yeah, most definitely. So this is what I also wanted to say. On here it says total sentence 2020 to serve 7 years in custody and balance on probation. No direct or indirect contact with the victim. Psychosexual evaluation treatment if needed. He's also going to have to register as a sex offender, you know, if he's found guilty. And then it says no unsupervised contact with any child under the age of 16. Now, he didn't rape a minor, so I'm wondering why did they put that in there? Maybe that's just the
Because
part
that
of
falls under
the
that
guidelines.
falls yeah, it falls under the guidelines of what his charge is. It falls under the guidelines of what his charge is.
Wow, that's deep. That's real deep. So he can't be around any schools or anything if he found guilty. Once he gets out, he cannot be, he has to be a registered sex offender at that point in time, and he can't be around any schools or anything.
Because in their eyes, he's a sexual predator.
Yes,
You know, it would be he would be deemed a sexual predator.
absolutely. So if he would have took the deal, he would have got 10 and he would have had to serve 7 years. He's
And
already
he
been in
wouldn't have had to
jail.
register.
Right.
He wouldn't have had to register as a sex offender.
Oh, he wouldn't have had to?
No, because they know process. Because they call it in the courts. I mean, I always said non-process. It's a
Oh, okay, yeah,
non-process.
because he won't get charged for that crime at all. That crime is like it's never
Yeah,
been there. Right.
yeah.
Got you. You're right. You're right. You're right.
So they would have threw that out. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
in a late, in they still non-process don't mean that they can't bring it up in the future if you do it again. That's what
Hey, King
non-process
David.
means, really. You know what I'm saying? When you
Right.
non-process something, like they can bring it up if he was to get locked up for another like rape charge or something like
Similar.
that, or any sexual
Right.
assaults, they can bring that rape case up and say and use it against him in a court of law. That's normally what non-process means.
Damn. So he wouldn't have had to register as a sex offender. He would have got a lot lesser time. I wonder, did he understand this deal that they were giving him?
It's a good
Because
deal.
this to me, say that again.
It's, oh, it's a good deal.
It's an absolute good deal.
I had my
He would have
earbuds
been
in. I
on.
probably was fogging.
Okay, he would have had a little bit of probation. Um, he's already did a year, a little over a year in county jail. So in Georgia, in the state of Georgia, I think it's the same everywhere. 1 day in county jail equals 2 days. So you get halftime in county jail, I believe, and I think 80. I know it's 85% in prisons. That's everywhere.
No,
But
it's
they
not
might have a
everywhere.
different. That I was getting ready to say they might have a different system. I know in Vegas, in Nevada, it's that way. Um, I do believe. Oh, I know in Texas it's that way. Um, I'm trying to think what other state. My brother's done been in jail so many damn places. Um, but I know those two off the top of my head. Um, when you're in county jail, it's halftime, and you can get halftime in prison, but that's under certain circumstances. Florida and Georgia. So okay, so Georgia, if you're in county jail in Georgia, and let's say for instance you're gonna go to prison, you know what I mean? Um, when they count your time, do they credit that as 2 days? Yes, 2 for 1. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So it is 2 for 1. So the year that he's already done in jail, that will be 2 years. And he's actually done a year. Thank you, baby. He's actually done a year and 3 months. So that would be 2 years, 6 months. So that would come off. Now, would that come off of um the 10 years or the 7 years in custody?
It'll come off the 7 years in custody. Whatever credit they
Okay.
give him will come off the 7 years in
Seven
custody.
years in custody. Okay, so then that means they would take off 2 years, 6 months. So he would have to do 4.5 years. 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 4.5
Yeah, that's it. And then he'll be home
What
and
the
have some
hell?
probation, and he can get right back to his lives doing corny shit. You know what I'm saying?
And
Whatever
you
he
know
want
what?
to.
If he was a good boy and he was real good, he might get out a little early.
Yeah, they got programs and shit that he can take and all that shit to give him some extra time. Like it's so many. Like he looking at it like 7 years. Oh my God, I've been in here a year. Nigga, go upstate, do your time, stop whining. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody
It's
better
real
call.
easy. You know what I mean? You get
Somebody
work
better
release at the
call
end of the
him
bid. He
and
won't. He
tell
need to
him
call me. I would have told him a long time ago, but he ain't ready to do a bid yet. He's not ready. He's not
he not.
mentally
And that's
there. He feel like he
Miss
didn't do it. He feel like he
right,
didn't take the girl in the room and take no pussy. He feel like he went in there
right,
and they
Miss Poo
made
Poo.
love.
Miss Poo Poo said
That
that
ain't no
ain't no
bid.
bid, right?
Because they gave me they gave me 40. They gave me 4 to 8, which is 8 years to for 40 grams of crack. You understand? And I did 4.5 on the 8. That shit went by so fast. Next thing you know, I was home. That shit go by quick.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like he not looking at it like that. Instead, he willing to sacrifice everything, thinking they get ready to railroad him. He ready to go to trial. You know what I mean? He not ready to do no time. He one of them dudes. He gotta be free. He feel like he in charge of his life. He gonna dictate what's going on. This shit is all mental. We gonna control it. Certain things you can't control. Some things you gotta just let happen because there's a reason for everything. And he not realizing that. He think he God in his mind. He really do think he can control and manipulate every situation. His in every circumstance, that's how that looks to me.
He gonna go to trial and he gonna get the whole 20. He gonna get more than 20 years.
Yeah, they gonna
That
get that
first
nigga.
charge is 20 years. The second charge, so 85% of whatever 20 years is. And then we know the 10 years, 85% of that is 7. Y'all not gonna see Nature Boy no more. That's a wrap. He's
She
hung
said,
out to
"Y'all not
dry.
gonna see no, y'all not gonna see no nature boy no more."
Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Shit, even if he get half of that 10, who gonna be on Big O in 17 years? That nigga gonna be so old and broke down. If he even do 10 years solid, he's 41 years old. He gonna get out at 51. Don't nobody want to hear that bullshit in 10 years. Right, Miss Poo Poo. He got all that damn mouth.
His mouth is
Somebody
just
better call
working.
him. He can get out in 4 years. Somebody better call that Negro quick and say, look, bro, we
Yeah, a
don't like
year. Look
you.
how fast the year went. Look how fast that year went past.
Right.
And
Them
you just
girls
not
said they
born
gonna do the
upstate.
time with him.
It's
Oh,
not.
this
It's not
this
boring
is
upstate.
sad.
It's so much shit to do. You can play basketball. You get a TV in your cell. These days they give you a tablet. You can call home. You got niggas upstate going live. You know what I'm saying? Niggas upstate they be on this joint live upstate. You know what I'm saying? He just need to chill and stop making these people hate him. He done made these women. He done made Tabula Pasmino hate him.
Yep.
She made
And
it.
I'm gonna
She
tell
just
y'all,
pissed him down.
prison
This
is
is personal though.
a vacation. Shit, you don't have to feed yourself for none of that. Everything is provided for you. Everything is provided for you. Did y'all let me lose that damn PK? Now,
You
come on
understand?
now, people. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying though, Cherry? You know what I'm saying? This shit is easy.
He's stupid. That's why I wanted to pull it up. Hey, Miss Wet and Thick. That's
I'm
why I
glad
wanted to
you
pull
pulled
it
it
up
up. I'm glad you pulled it
because
up.
I didn't even read these last couple of little sentences. If you are convicted, sir, you have to register as a sex offender.
Right. Why would you take a chance based on, you know what I'm saying, when
He
you got
said
a
he
female
just
actually
visited.
testifying on you
Damn.
based on the conviction rate? You got to look at the conviction rate of these type of charges when a woman says she done something to him. You know what I mean? And it says no direct or indirect contact. And there's already a no based on the terms that he locked up for, the reason he locked up, there's a no direct or indirect contact with that girl. And he has already violated that by saying her whole name
Yep.
online, talking about the T is paying her. That's
Right.
indirect contact. Cause
And he
she
doxed her.
has.
He doxed her and he doxed the team. He doxed both of them. Thank you, baby. He doxed both of them. Y'all, for all the Nature Boy supporters, I'm gonna do a full live on this tomorrow. Yes, I will be going live tomorrow for sure, for sure. Y'all might as well kiss his little. But if he goes to trial, y'all might as well kiss that little bald headed, missing patch artwork with them horns sticking up on the top of his motherfucking head. Baba G's wearing ass sandals. Goodbye, because that
And that's,
nigga is gonna fly out of here on them sandals.
yeah, 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 real shit. Cause like that shit ain't even that hard. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't that. This shit, I would have took that deal, man. That 7, that shit was light. I was like, matter of fact, I would have came back because you can when the state offer you a deal, right? You can go back with a counter.
Yes, Yasmin, you right, Yasmin. Whew. Yep, he
You hear me,
fucked up.
boom? You hear me,
Yes,
boom?
I'm agreeing with you, baby. I said, yep.
He can come back with a counter. I'll take 5.
He didn't even counter the offer with his dumb ass.
You know what I'm saying? He could have countered. It's a negotiation.
It is at this point. He could have
But you
counter
didn't.
offered with other terms.
Yeah, it's a good negotiation. Like, and that's because he don't got nobody real on his team. He think when a motherfucker telling him what he don't want to hear is against him, he think they against him and he
Mm-hmm.
cut him off. You know what I mean? Because Nature Boy used to call me when he was locked up. He used to call me and the shit he want to talk about. One day we was talking on the phone and I'm like, yo, bro, like them videos, I know you mad as shit you did them videos. He gonna, and I told y'all this before, he gonna say to me, you the police? I said, what the fuck you talking about? I said, yo, bro, why you calling me if you don't want to hear?
Hey, dope.
I said, yo, bro, why you calling me if you don't want to hear the truth?
Right.
If you don't want to hear the
Hey,
truth, why you
baby.
calling me for? Don't call me, bro, if you don't want to hear the truth. Because I'm going to tell you the real shit, what you need to hear. And he just got yes men in his corner, which is fucking him. Because if I was Tabitha Pasmino, I would take every deal off the table and I would make him go to trial.
Mm-hmm.
And if he
That's
can
what
come
she's.
back on a pill, he gonna come back on a pill, and that take years. So, when I fought my gun
Well,
case and I came back on a pill for my gun case, it took me exactly 3 years. They gave me 10 years for that gun,
you
and I
know what I'm
violated my
surprised?
parole. Huh?
You know what I'm surprised, Fluid?
What?
They only gave him one deal. They normally they give you three deals.
Well, he ain't get to his He don't know how to negotiate. He's
That's what his
making the
attorney is
state
for.
his enemy. His attorney ain't helping him because he or she not telling the ladies to shut
Don't
the
let me
fuck
lose his
up.
PK. Right. Come on, y'all. Don't let me lose his PK. Come on. Come on,
Night,
somebody.
night,
Come on, throw
night.
me four treasures. Four treasures in the box. Four treasures in the box. Let's get it. Let's get it, babies. Go ahead, Fluid.
He got to
Come
know
on,
how to
y'all.
negotiate. This shit is a
Yeah.
negotiation.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
Yeah, you in
All
there.
right. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Thank you, love bug.
Looking
Oh, they want to
amazing.
go again.
That was amazing, amazing.
Yeah, that's my baby right there.
You know what I'm saying? Like this shit ain't hard to a motherfucker who did jail time. You know what I mean? You gotta do your bid regardless. And sometimes even when you like when they the way they got the gun off of me was illegal. There was
Hmm.
no reasonable suspicion or probable cause to want to search my vehicle. And I knew that. And
Mhm.
when when they locked me up because I went on a run. I ran on the highway. They pulled me
Mm.
over on the highway, and I jumped the center medium and all that shit on the highway, and it was like a movie. I jumped. It was in
Damn.
February. Cold as shit. I ran through some creek, water. My pants had ice all on them and shit. I had to call my girl to come get me, and she was driving. Only black girl driving a yellow Cadillac. She was driving my other car, and they pulled her over. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole shit. You know what I mean? But when they locked me up in Baltimore in
Mhm.
my mother's husband's house. You know what I mean? Because he wasn't
Damn.
living in there, and they gave me the crib, and they locked me up in there. And when I got my charge papers and I read the statement of facts, because the statement of
Mhm.
facts is the statement of probable cause of why they locked you up. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna beat this shit." You know what I'm saying? But where I got caught at is a good neighborhood, and where they don't tolerate niggas carrying guns who are convicted felons.
Mm.
So when I went to pick 12 and all that for my, because they offered me 3 to 6, but I knew I couldn't take no deal because I was gonna violate my parole. And I'm like, nah, I'm not taking no deal because I should have won that shit at the prelim. I really should have won it. But my point is this: when they want to fuck you over, I don't give a
Mhm.
fuck how much support you got. They're gonna fuck you over. It's like
Yeah.
the dude mentioned Donald Trump, right? He mentioned Donald Trump,
Mhm.
right? And I get it
Hey,
because
Domino.
they
Mhm.
gonna fuck Donald Trump over so he can't become president again. That's why they bringing up charges now in at the election time, so he can't
Mhm.
become president no more. It's a strategy. You can't beat the system once they want you. It's hard to beat the system. It's fucking hard. And sometimes you just gotta learn and negotiate and say, okay, y'all. You know what I mean? Instead of whining and
I'm
crying
doing
and making the
wonderful.
state your enemy.
Right.
You know what I mean? He done made the state his enemy, and now it's really no deals on the table that he gonna take that's gonna be good because he done put Tabitha Pasmino, the
Hey,
fucking
Black
judge.
Queen.
Now the judge is
Yeah.
the lady that everybody got to stand for. When you
Right.
go in the courtroom, they say when she come in the room, everybody say she say all rise. That means the police, the, the DA, the head of security, everybody got
Mhm.
to stand up and greet this person. Now that's power. And then they
Mhm.
say you may be seated, motherfucker. Sit down. And if you don't sit down, they gonna make you sit down. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Thank you,
So
baby.
you didn't put the judge's name. Who the fuck do y'all think y'all are, Malia? You really think you a queen? Nature Boy got
You.
y'all thinking that y'all really are fucking goddesses and queens. And I'm not trying to put y'all down, but you gotta play your position and when it comes to this system. I mean, if any one of y'all listening, tell Nature Boy to take a deal, not because he's selling out so he can get out faster. Because if he don't take the deal and he blow trial, he gonna get more time and he gonna have more circumstances to and more shit to do before he can come back on appeal. It's just that simple. And I'm not no sellout type of nigga because if I can beat a case, I'm a fight. But from a dude who's been in the law library, who knows what reasonable suspicion is, who knows what probable cause is, who knows how the courts break shit down like minute by minute in the onset of the situation, and who could have possibly provoked this girl to, like, who provoked her to want to leave? Why did she want to leave? What was the reason she wanted to leave? They break it down sentence by sentence, word by word. This ain't just no content type shit. This is real life. You're in big boy trouble, and they gonna make you eat the shit that you was doing. Take the
Mhm.
deal, bro. Take the deal, bro. And that's just what it is.
He's stupid. He's already been in there a year and 3 months, a year and 4 months. Why would you know that's going to be time knocked off? Why would you not take it? You gonna take it to trial over 4.5 years that you're gonna have to do in total. He'll have to do 4.5 years. You gonna take this case to trial over four. You're gonna have to sit damn near that 4.5 years just to get to trial.
At least two.
They already said that you are out of time for a speedy trial. You dummy. What are you doing? That's stupid.
From the DA. As you can see under the recommendation line, it says something called nolle prosse. Now, what does this mean? Often referenced as nolle pros, this means the
So what
prosecutor
they're
will not
thinking, just because they gave them this deal, they're thinking they don't have any evidence for this first charge.
Nah,
That's what
yeah, that's what they thinking.
that's what these stupid women think.
They thinking, oh, they gonna drop the worst charge. He supposed to be free, then let him out. That's not how the state work. This ain't one of them. You ain't in Nicaragua. You ain't in Puerto Rico. You ain't in none of them other places where they just don't want to deal with you and hope you don't get killed. We let, like, he don't realize when they was releasing him from countries, they was actually saving his life because they didn't want to deal
Right,
with the blood of a U.S. citizen on
right,
their soil.
Domino.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
like,
Let me start this video over because I want to. It's only a 3 minute video, but I want to start over because I just can we all just look at this video for a minute?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
my thought process is that he is okay and agreeing. Domino, you know damn well when you got females and you in jail, they don't put the discovery out, number one, especially when you fighting a case, a real motherfucking case, and they don't do no stupid shit like this. Exhibit A.
proceed in taking further action on your criminal charges after they have been filed. Nolle prosse is a Latin phrase
Mind you, they put this on this nigga YouTube channel.
meaning to be unwilling to prosecute. It is a prosecutor's formal entry on the record indicating that
This
he or
is his plea deal. They put his plea deal online while you are actually in the process of going through the case proceedings. This is an ongoing investigation and an ongoing case. Why would you put this man's fucking deal out here like this? I am so pissed off her. I'm pissed off because they so stupid.
he will no longer prosecute a
And
pending
I can't stand Eligio. Don't get me motherfucking wrong. But I can't believe these women are so goddamn dumb. And they thinking that they done did something. Don't pat yourself on the back because this was stupid. We know that already. Say what, but we're talking about the state charges right now, baby. Feds haven't hit him with nothing yet.
criminal charge against the defendant. It is a legal notice or entry of record that the prosecutor or plaintiff has decided to abandon the prosecution or lawsuit. It reads, it is often invoked by a prosecutor if, after reviewing the relevant evidence, decide that it is prudent to discontinue the prosecution against you. Most common due to a lack of strong evidence from the state against the defendant. Although the DA decided to dismiss the main charge, the DA still wishes to give Mr. Bishop time due to the other charges, even though there is clear evidence that those charges were made up as well, which is why we refuse this offer. The DA has actually been aware of the alleged victim admitting that her and Mr. Bishop made love the entire duration of Mr. Bishop being in custody. The DA offers to dismiss it 1 year later after we finally find a good lawyer. All charges should be dropped. The following shows proof of no false imprisonment.
Yeah, I told him like, no, I want to go, but he was just like, do you really want to go? And I start crying. So I don't really know how to explain that.
The alleged victim herself proves Mr. Bishop's lack of intent because she admits that Mr. Bishop actually asked her if she truly wanted to leave, and she responded by crying in his arms.
I'm like, nah, I don't want to be here no more. Like that shit is dead. It's done. I don't want to be here no more. Even though I truly, in my heart, I wanted to stay with the group and the family.
The alleged victim says something very important here. She says that truly in her heart, she wanted to stay with the group and the family. How can you false imprison someone at a place that they truly want to be? We have records showing that the alleged victim was actually still residing with Mr. Bishop when the Twitter was promoted. Many have their opinions about Eligio, but he is not guilty of these crimes. Justice for Eligio Bishop. After an entire year,
she said the group and the family. She didn't say nothing about wanting to stay with that man.
Something very important here. She says that truly in her heart.
No, she didn't. She ain't say nothing about wanting to. That's the key point. Go ahead, play it.
Okay.
Wanted to stay with the group and the family. How can you false imprison someone at a place that they truly want to be? We have records showing that the alleged victim was actually still residing with Mr. Bishop when the Twitter was promoted. Many have their opinions about Eligio, but he is not guilty of these crimes. Justice for Eligio Bishop.
And what did they think this was going to prove?
Now, if you got proof of something, why would you? Why do y'all want the public to know what y'all doing? Why you want to give all your evidence up in court? Court is a trial. It's an offense and a defense. You are the defense. The state is the offense. The burden is on the state to prove their case against you. And you is online showing all your defense. You done laid all your cards on the table. I'm not playing spades with you. Every time you get your hand, you just lay your hand flat on the table. I'm never playing spades with none of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, Big Father Tangi? I missed your event, baby. I meant to come. Okay, go ahead.
You can't, like, I don't get why you
Famous
want the
part.
public to pay. You more worried about your good name. Like, your name ain't good. You just are known on the internet. In real life, if you shut the internet off, nobody cares, bro. That's why you couldn't get more followers. You was just getting a bunch of dumb, slow people who don't know nothing and with no capability of speaking for themselves. You know what I'm saying? You thought, imagine being a teacher and not even being good at it. They letting their right hand know what their left hand doing, and you never let your right hand know what your left hand doing. You got to move in silence. That's the art of war. You know what I'm saying? You can be good at getting women. You can be fly. You can be this and that and the third, man. Because I done been all that in my life. You know what I mean? And sometimes that shit lead to poison. You know what I mean? It's like having the best connect in the hood. But at some point, you might only get a 1-2 year run. Then next thing you know, you're doing 20 years. Like you got family members that had good runs, and they only had a good year run of hustling. And then all of a sudden, boom, all that shit go away. All the money gone away because this nigga got 15 years in jail. You know what I mean? He had 1 year run, 2 year run. Nature, well, you had 5-6 years of doing what you was doing. And sometimes you gotta learn to call it quits as a boss. And learn how to say, you know what, this shit over. I gotta do something else. But you stuck on being God. You know what I mean? Yeah, we all gods in a sense. I mean, we all control our reality, but you can demean that from the bad shit you're doing that you know is wrong, which is abuse of people's mind and their spirit and taking advantage of shit because you can. Sometimes your brain has to tell your mouth to shut the fuck up.
Shut the
Ain't
fuck
that
up.
some shit?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, Juju. Juju in the fucking way. He like a flute. He like flute. Him and flute is got the same mentality. They like job type slow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? You can't get this. Like, he outside the courthouse running down the street.
Campaigning.
Hey, whole bitch free. Like, this dude is crazy. He
Yeah,
kind of slow.
he definitely is slow.
Got your mother out here worried about you, not knowing yo. I don't even. His mother is the one who got Nature Boy invested, super investigated. Not nobody else. Not the trolls. His mom, Juju mom in Georgia. Yeah, Juju, your
Right.
mother did that. You should have said, you know what, yo, I gotta leave, yo. My mother tripping, bro. I'm making this shit hot. My mother calling the police. You should have called your mother, nigga. Instead, you want to be kneeling and taking this nigga boots off and all this kind of crazy shit. Your mother is embarrassed. One thing about Spanish women, they don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? That woman was not, she in her roots. She like, I gotta get my son. No, some type of way. I'm calling the police.
I think he
I
was,
don't think
Sheila.
he was
He was.
18.
I think he was. Somebody said
He
he
was
was
eight.
17. Now, I don't know when his birthday is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he definitely was underage because he was a runaway. That was why his mom was calling the police because he had been missing. She was looking for him.
Stupid ass.
Got his mom out here worried and shit. Got his mom all out here worried and shit.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
glad Pice grew up. I like the way Pice grew up, man.
He's learning. He's learning. And he
Yeah, they
prays to
grew up
nobody.
a nobody, somebody trying to be somebody. He was trying to, I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do. What he was trying to accomplish. At first, I thought Nature Boy was really trying to do something, but he was just trying to get some pussy, thinking with his dick. Like, y'all women on here,
Mm-hmm.
y'all be too gullible for a smile, man. You gotta ask these niggas questions and learn these dudes before you start giving yourself to these dudes online, because being handsome, that's just half the battle, man. That's not even half the battle. It's a lot of handsome and wicked men out here, man. I'm handsome. You know what I'm saying? But you can't trust everybody. You can't
Mm-mm.
trust just because a nigga handsome or a female is pretty. You got to get to know a person, man, before you can just throw yourself at them and just give your everything to something, man. You got to ask questions. You gotta just do some shit, man. You gotta make sure you're moving right out here, because these people out here, some wicked people out here to take your brain and take your life. The next thing you know, you holding your hands like, what the fuck did I get myself into? I
Right.
appreciate that, love. I see you, love. I appreciate it. But I'm just telling you what I would tell you if I was in front of you, and I'm speaking to really, if I was talking to Nature Boy, because this is what the shit I would tell him, as his, because I'm his big homie for real, on some real shit. If we on some spiritual, because he not advancing me when it comes to this getting in trouble shit. And when you in the hood and growing up real fast, the thing the hood offers you is personalities when people are at their weakest point. Because when you're suffering, you show your true
That's
self,
it.
your weak self. You know what I'm saying? When people are on drugs out there, you get to see all kinds of personalities in the slums. And when you in the slums, you either gonna pay attention or you not. I paid attention. And this is why I'm free today. I understand that when you go to jail, that street shit don't exist. All them gangsters, all
Mhm.
them old gangsters, OG gangsters, they washed up and they all want to just come home. All them niggas. And I was taught by some real niggas. I ran into some real niggas, some real dudes, some revolutionaries who really want to change the people. But it's hard to change a people who stuck on the culture, because the culture makes
Yeah.
finance. As long as the culture is making money, it's okay. But our culture is killing us. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Our culture is really our problem. That's our biggest problem. The music, the frequency we putting out. We're putting out death. We're putting out. It's just not affecting one of us. It's affecting all of us, because we are a separate entity from each other, and that's what race is. Every race
Mm-hmm.
has a different frequency. And when you understand that, you understand what this life shit really about. We all moving on the
Right.
same frequency as black people. You know what I mean? Because our
With some
culture
earthquake.
is off. It's an
It is. They
imbalance.
talk some shit.
Our cultures are very imbalanced. And it's hard to be real because people depict being real as being a tattletale or being disrespectful. You can't even be honest to your brother. You can't even be honest to your sister. They take it as a slight. You know what I mean? But that's how we grow, through honesty. You know, I can take criticism. I love constructive criticism because I want to be better every day. And we have to learn our
Absolutely.
flaws. And we learn our flaws from ourselves, which is the other person across the room from you who looking at you, because you can't see yourself unless you got a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
The person that's in front of you can see everything about you. And when you start to being okay with listening to, because your real friend is going to give you tough love and they're going to help you grow.
Right. And they're gonna tell you the truth.
Facts.
Absolutely.
And that's why
And
carbonation
I
crumbles. But
definitely
go ahead,
do
continue.
see why therapy is needed. Because sometimes you just need to talk it out and just get it out. And sometimes you can't really do that over there because if you try to talk it out, if you try to, sometimes he will like not listen or cut you off, make your feelings feel unvalidated, or it's like you stupid for even thinking how you think. And so it's like you pile up shit. So yeah, I have definitely been talking to my family. A lot of women have been supporting me, which I'm so thankful for because I don't know what I would have did. I don't know what I would have did. I don't know where I would have went. I probably would have. I didn't want to go back. kept telling me they kept telling me I was gonna go back, and I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back at all. That shit hurt, yo. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit hurt my soul. So I thought I had to. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to cry, but I swear this need to come out, yo. This is a deep, deep hurt, yo. And I want to apologize to the public and the people that believed in me. And I went back. I'm so sorry because I was weak. Yeah, I was weak. I was trying to go back to a place where there was no love for me there. Solar watched me get beat up, bruh. It did nothing but save. Did nothing but save on my family lit. As if I was excluded out of the family. And as if it was okay for them to beat me up, yo. And that shit
And she
hurt,
was there
yo.
for his
Yeah,
ass.
I felt so stupid. Yeah, I felt so stupid for loving him, yo. And I felt so stupid for loving Eligio. And loving the tribe. Because there ain't no love in them, bro. And if there's love in them, they're too scared to speak up and say that it was
It's
wrong.
one of our videos.
Because they thought it was
This was,
right.
hold on a minute. This video was made, baby, for me. Yeah, this was a video that was made for me. It's on Polly Out of Pockets live. Go to Polly Out of Pockets YouTube and you'll see it on there.
And
I
I'm
think
sorry for crying. I'm so
don't be
sorry.
sorry. Crying, that's there's strength in tears. It is actually you're actually releasing. There's a powerful spiritual release there, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's not a sign of weakness. I used to think that myself, like crying is weak, but it's not. You're standing in your strength right now, and I do feel that the members that are still there, they know damn well deep in their hearts that it's wrong what they're seeing, what they're witnessing, and what they're taking part in. Because you, even when you were there, you knew it was wrong. You said that. You said that some of the things that you saw, you were just like, this is wrong. Kite said the same thing. This is wrong. But it's kind of like a herd mentality. It's a cult mentality where you don't want to stand out because when you're a part of a cult, that's the point is to be like everybody else. And so when you do have those moments where the cult leader is treating you differently than everybody else, treating you a little bit better, you feel special, but it's all a facade. It's all fake. Nature Boy Eligio only loves himself. So you can give love to as many people as you want to. We can love, love, love. We can love till the cows come home. But the most important person that you need to be loving is yourself. Love on yourself. Give yourself all that love that you have in your heart for all these people, Eligio, the members that are still there. Give that to you. Get a pet. Get somebody in the comments mention getting a support pet. Get yourself somebody that's going to love on you and you can love on them, and just express and release and treat yourself well. I think, do you love yourself? Do you truly love yourself and value yourself? Like, please be honest.
I don't think so. And I'm learning to love myself more through all these experiences because I know that what self hate is now, so I know what I could do to love myself out of that. And sometimes you gotta go through things and go through what you don't like to know what you do like, and that's not something I like within myself. Is that I keep doing the same shit and expecting a different result. So nah, I don't think I'm at that level of self of love yet that I need to be, because if I was, I'll be somewhere on stage performing music, doing all this other stuff instead of running to a man that don't love me. So yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, bro. It's whatever. I'm gonna do better. I swear I'm gonna do better.
See, this what
And
happened
I'm gonna get over it.
real
It's
quick.
gonna be a new day.
Boom. This what happened when a girl comes over there to be with somebody else. You manipulate her and make her think that she's supposed to love you. She actually loves you, and you take advantage of that and you abuse her.
Right. Absolutely.
Crazy, huh?
This is fucking sick.
I'm at cell. And the biggest revenge. My mom always told me this: the biggest revenge. Excuse me, sorry. I was a janitor. The biggest revenge is success, and when I'm successful, I know I'm gonna love myself into the best way I can.
Chery left. I forgot. Yes. Last night.
Okay, I know you guys remember this part of it. Let me go ahead and play this.
Unfortunately, she was talking back to me, and
Do you guys hear how his voice changed?
one of the females kind of slapped her pretty hard, because she was just out of line. So one of the felines kind of smacked her pretty hard in her face, like,
Sheila, she didn't change her mind.
and she kind
She's
of
been
like,
going to court and doing what she had to do. But what
I don't know
Solar
who
didn't
did it,
tell you is
who
that
got
he talked to
fired
the
for
district attorney as
somebody that
well.
smacked her, or a hand that came out of nowhere and just
Yeah,
smacked
we
her
can wake
face
that up tomorrow.
completely. And I was like, whoa, who smacked her? And she was smacked. And then she started talking out of her mouth again, and she said, da 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 da, and then she got smacked again. And I was like, oh, whoa, 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 calm down. And she was like, I'm sorry. And then after that, she said she wanted to leave. We had sex, and then I woke up. She was gone. She was gone. So,
He admitted it himself right there.
a day.
That's why I wanted to play that. Did y'all hear that shit?
He said she wanted to leave, then we had sex, and then I woke up in the morning, she was gone.
Right. Let me play it again. Hold on. Goddamn. Hold on, y'all.
You already know what she's gonna do, right?
These people, Eligio, the members that are still there, give that to you. Get a pet. Get somebody in the comments mention getting a support pet. Get yourself somebody that's gonna love on you and you can love on them, and just express and release and treat yourself well.
It's right after this part. I can't get it exactly.
Do you love yourself? Do you truly love yourself and value yourself? Like, please be honest.
I don't think so. And I'm learning to love myself more through all these experiences because I know that what self-hate is now, so I know what I could do to love myself out of that. And sometimes you gotta go through things and go through what you don't like to know what you do like, and that's not something I like within myself. Is that I keep doing the same shit and expecting a different result. So I don't think I'm at that level of self of love yet that I need to be, because if I was, I'll be somewhere on stage performing music, doing all this other stuff instead of running to a man that don't love me. So yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, bro. It's whatever. I'm gonna do better. I swear I'm gonna do better. And I'm gonna get over it. It's gonna be a new day. I'm at sell. And the biggest revenge. My mom always told me this is the biggest revenge. Excuse me, sorry. I was a janitor. The biggest revenge is success. And when I'm successful, I know I'm gonna love myself into the best way I can.
Chery left. I forgot. Yes. Last night, unfortunately, she was
Here you go.
talking back to me, and one of the females kind of slapped her pretty hard, because she was just out of line. So one of the felines kind of smacked her pretty hard in her face, like, and she kind of like, I don't know who did it. I forgot. In my mind, I thought it was someone that smacked her, or a hand that came out of nowhere and just smacked her face completely. And then I was like, whoa, who smacked her? And she was smacked. And then she started talking out of her mouth again, and she said, da 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 da, and then she got smacked again. And I was like, oh, whoa, calm down. And she was like, I'm sorry. And then after that, she said she wanted to leave. We had sex, and then I woke up, she was gone. So, yeah. Update. But we already know what she's gonna do, right? How foolish. How foolish of her.
Now that we've heard both Efru's side of the story and Neytiri's side of the story, as well as the tea, I would like to go over a few definitions. You guys probably already understand them well, but for the sake of the wives, I'm going to go ahead and define some terms, some situations that they don't understand. And like I said, if they did, maybe they wouldn't be in the position that they're in now. What is a victim of coercion? Coercive control is when a person with whom you are personally connected repeatedly behaves in a way which makes you feel controlled, dependent, isolated, or scared. In Georgia, false imprisonment is a felony that occurs by the unlawful confinement of a person without his valid consent. Generally, false imprisonment is accomplished by force or threat of force. Valid consent must be given of one's own free will. Consent obtained by coercion or threat is not considered valid.
To engage in intercourse with Miss Newell at any point of Miss.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. For those of you that kept saying, she said, we made love. We know that that's admissible. They can't even use that in court because she's protected under the Rape Shield Act. But, yep. Did y'all see that? Do y'all want me to play it again?
Play it again.
Yeah. I am.
You guys probably already understand them well, but for the sake of the wives, I'm going to go ahead and define some terms, some situations that they don't understand. And like I said, if they did, maybe they wouldn't be in the position that they're in now. What is a victim of coercion? Coercive control is when a person with whom you are personally connected repeatedly behaves in a way which makes you feel controlled, dependent, isolated, or scared. In Georgia, false imprisonment is a felony. That occurs by the unlawful confinement of a person without his valid consent. Generally, false imprisonment is accomplished by force or threat of force. Valid consent must be given of one's own free will. Consent obtained by coercion or threat is not considered valid.
To engage in intercourse with Miss Newell at any point did Miss Newell tell you that she told him yes, she told Mr. Bishop yes and wanted to have sex with him?
No, ma'am. She stated she said no multiple times.
Disclaimer, I am not recording this. I'm just live streaming it.
Did she relay to you how she felt about Mr. Bishop, as whether she could kind of escape the situation or do anything else while that was happening, while he was proceeding to rape her?
She stated she didn't have fear that he would strike her, but he would order the other females to abuse her. She stated he had already done it that day and that she had fear for her safety.
Stomach feed, yeah. Well, I don't know. I can't see it. And she did also state to you that she was crying and upset while this was occurring, correct?
Yes, ma'am, she did.
Mm-hmm. Oh. After the incident happens in that room with Mr. Bishop and Miss Newell, what did Miss Newell do?
She stated after they finished having sex, he ordered her to take a shower. She stated she had received multiple calls from the person who had actually ordered her the Uber, and that she had contacted them and let them know she was going to have to sneak out and sneak away from the house. She stated she went to bed with the rest of the group and woke up in the early hours. It was only her and another person awake, and the other person was in the shower. She stated she only grabbed one of the 2 suitcases she had packed and left the location without saying anything to anyone else.
And when she left, what date was that?
She left on 3/24/2022. That's going to be March 24th.
And she made a report back on March 30th, is that my recollection? March 30th, 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And she informed you, when did she inform you that the videos were posted to social media again?
She actually, in the initial report, had reported that it had been posted on social media.
How many days after she left?
How many days after she left were they posted?
The videos posted, correct.
They were posted 3 days after she left.
Okay. And I forgot to ask you earlier, but what do you remember the Twitter username or handle that it was posted under?
It was posted under @th33god_.
Okay. And so essentially at what could read as 3god_.
Yes, ma'am.
And in your investigation, was that a name that Mr. Elijah Bishop goes by or calls himself?
Yes, it is.
And in speaking with Miss Newell, did she inform you that this was Mr. Bishop's Twitter profile or social media handle?
Yes, ma'am.
724-7638.
After taking Miss Newell's statements and observing these videos, did you end up taking out warrants against Mr. Elijah Bishop?
Yes, ma'am.
What were those warrants for?
They were for, excuse me, let me get the specific wording.
They just see Detective Patrick of you there. See the article detective there.
While you're looking that up, let me ask you, did you take out a warrant for rape?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you take out a warrant for false imprisonment?
Yes, ma'am.
And then did you take out 3 warrants for prohibition on nude or sexually explicit electronic transmissions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm going to go through each one of them individually, but the warrant that you took out for rape was involving the victim, Miss Janae Newell, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you took that out due to the defendant having carnal knowledge of Miss Newell, engaging in some type of intercourse with her forcibly and against her will. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And those were based on her statements that she did not consent and felt like that he would have someone cause harm to her if this didn't happen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And looking at the false imprisonment warrant that you took out, that also involved Miss Newell, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the false imprisonment warrant for?
Essentially for keeping her there preceding the rape.
Okay. And that was against her consent as well.
Yes, ma'am. She continued to.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, she continued to state she wanted to leave.
Okay. You also took out 3 warrants for the prohibition on nude or sexually explicit electronic transmissions. 2 of them were felonies and 1 of them were misdemeanor. Is there anything you want to let the court know on what those 3 warrants actually should be?
Yes, ma'am. All 3 should be a felony warrant. Unfortunately, it was my misunderstanding and myself with the judge at the time. Essentially because they were all posted to Twitter, and that is a network that allows sexually explicit content without her consent, they should all be felony warrants.
Okay. And those were all warrants taken against Mr. Elijah Bishop based on the probable cause evidence that you received from Ms. Newell and the evidence you observed on social media, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, the state has no further, I'll ask this, and Detective Panosian, obviously all of these, where was the incident location where the rape and false imprisonment is alleged to have occurred?
2993 Harbor Chase, that's in Decatur, Georgia, 30033.
And that's in DeKalb County?
Yes, ma'am.
And that is the same address also listed for the prohibition on nude or sexually explicit electronic transmissions, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's your understanding from your investigation that is where Mr. Bishop resided and lived at?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Your Honor, at this time, the state has no additional questions for Detective Nosey.
Mr. E, any cross-examination?
Appreciate it. Good morning. There, please, Detective Panosian. May I get the correct spelling? I just want to make sure that I have the correct. I see it at the bottom. But just to make sure, Monica Panosian. Can you spell it?
P as in Peter, A-N-O-S-I-A-N.
Okay. All right, I'll just ask him a few follow-up questions, just a few details that may or may not know. So, correction, that you stated that your first contact with Miss Noel, you stated that she joined a sex cult, correct?
That's what she called it, yes.
All right, that's what she called it. And can I get the statement date, the day that she gave the statement?
It was 4/7/2022.
Okay, so March 30th was the day that the report was made. I just want to make sure I got correct the timeline.
Yes, the initial report was made on March 30th.
All right, so I noticed you mentioned the videos on Twitter, and that they can be posted with consent and things of the nature. On the videos, were there any captions attached to the videos?
Initially, when you essentially have to look at the post, it has a caption stating that you have to click this link. It has sensitive content.
And when the video, I'm assuming when you watch the video, was it just a video, any other wording around it, meaning like hashtags or anything else associated with the video, or just the video as it is, which is me and you correct right now?
I believe it was just the video. I would have to double check the actual recording, so.
Okay. You say watched 3 videos, but believe it to be 4, correct?
She stated there were 4, but I was only able to observe 3.
Yeah. And she told you that these videos were posted without her consent, because she believed she was leaving or he was mad?
She believed it as a form of taunting her.
Okay. Would you find it to be the same like harassment?
Yes.
All right. You mentioned that there was this video. Well, from your observation, were you able to determine if this was from like a phone or like a studio type setting?
I wouldn't be able to determine exactly what it was, but it appeared to me as a phone.
Were any phones ever collected as far as the search of Mr. Leo's residence?
Yes.
All right. Was those phones, as of now, according to your knowledge, have they been downloaded and went through or opened up?
From my knowledge, not yet. I believe there is a search warrant being obtained shortly for that.
Right. So other than the videos that have been on Twitter, there's no other videos that would have maybe the full video or any other thing other than what you retrieve from Twitter?
Not of my knowledge.
Right. Is this the same video that, from your research, is this the same video that was from the day that they actually had sex before she left, like the night out, from your understanding?
I do not know the date that the video had been taken. I only know the date that it was posted on Twitter.
So there's a possibility that this is another sexual encounter other than the one that is alleged here in the charges.
Yes.
Okay. You stated that at some point in this altercation that she was assaulted by other members in the cult or the group.
Yes.
Was there any follow-up investigation on that?
Yes, we have obtained multiple videos of Mr. Bishop actually ordering either females or males to hit the same sex, not necessarily just Miss Newell, but other members within the group.
Ms. Newell precisely gave you two names that she alleged that was assaulting her on this particular day, correct?
Yes.
And was any follow-up with those two people as far as obtaining a statement to confirm if this actually was true or not?
We attempted to take a statement, but most of his members would not want to speak to us.
Understand. I noticed that in part of what you mentioned with Twitter is consent, right? Consent between the two, correct?
Yes.
And you wouldn't have no idea to know if it was actual consensual between the two because you weren't there when he had, obviously had sex. But from your experience in the videos that you watched, the videos seem to...
Objection, Your Honor. This is going to call for speculation.
I haven't heard the question yet, so let me hear the question.
Do you believe, do you see any evidence in the videos that this video was not consensual between the two?
All right, so she's raised an objection. Mr. Edie, what's your response to the objection?
I'll reword it.
Your Honor, if that's Mr. Edie's response, I'd still object, saying that the question calls for an opinion, something that Detective Panosian would have no knowledge of in that moment, and so that is speculation, and therefore he shouldn't be even allowed to ask that question.
Edie, you want to respond?
Oh, no, I'll answer the question.
Okay.
You stated that when you spoke to Miss Newell, correct?
Yes.
That she stated she was crying and when she had the last sexual intercourse she had with Mr. Leahill, correct?
Correct.
Right. In this video, in the video that was on Twitter, was there any crying in that video?
Did not appear to have any crying.
Any crying or any
Y'all can't see Nature Boy? You have to swipe. Is that thingy, is my bingo thing in the way? You have to drag it down. Or he's cut out the screen. Oh. Why y'all ain't say that?
source of resisting? Crying, fighting, words, no. In the particular video on Twitter?
Not in the video from Twitter.
Okay. As I move down just a little bit, a few more questions. You stated that March 24th was the last intercourse that they had, and then March 30th was the report. Were there any communications to your knowledge between the 24th and the 30th?
She stated she changed her number and had stopped all communication after she left the location.
Did you ask, or to your knowledge, do Miss Newell have any social media?
She stated she had deleted hers. I do not know if she has any others now.
And the same way that you went back to retrieve Twitter, I'm assuming you sent a subpoena to Twitter, correct?
We sent a search warrant to Twitter. We are still waiting to receive that back.
Do you plan on sending a search warrant for Ms. Newell's social media?
We do not have the social media for Ms. Newell.
Okay. Let's backtrack just a little bit to March 24th. My understanding that Ms. Bell stated someone ordered her Uber on the day that she wanted to leave, correct?
Yes.
All right, and you also stated that he told her to go.
Originally, yes.
Originally told her to go. I'm not too familiar with the housing, but can you describe the house? Is it a multi-story? If you can just give me a brief description of how the house is set up.
The house is a single-family, 2-story house.
And
okay, y'all. Fluid, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
His lawyer trash in this.
Yeah. But
it's hard to defend Nature Boy, man, because everything is going to stem from the videos he done previously and prior.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not going to... That's why he should take the deal, because he can't win. You know, he got a song called they got a song called "Every Time I Wake Up, It Is Me Versus Me." It's
Mm-hmm.
literally him versus him. He can't defeat himself because he said a lot of shit that proved that he's a dominant male when it comes to women, and they got to do what he say, and he got to brainwash them and all that. He said so much shit against himself. It's hard for a lawyer to go in and defend that when she's saying he did something against her will. She said
Mm-hmm.
he got online. We just saw that he said Natalia came, she was smacked, and then smacked, and then she was more smacked, and then we made love, and then she was gone. So yeah, so you can't. How you gonna defend that? A girl, when you smack somebody, all right. What happens? Say a dude come up and smack you. What's the first emotion you gonna feel? There's a few emotions you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel either angry or scared,
Shocked. Mm-hmm.
shocked, and all that shit. So when you break it down to that moment, first she was smacked, then she
Mm-hmm.
had sex. Come on now. You can't defend that.
You
You can give a
can't. The
lawyer
chronological order is
100 grand.
crazy.
You can give a lawyer 100 grand, a million. Any lawyer, a smart lawyer, gonna tell you to take the deal. I would take the deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd have took the deal too.
I'd have pleaded down to 5.
Yeah. He would have been cool. He would have been getting out in a couple of years. He's fucking up. If he don't take that deal, he's fucking up.
Yeah,
You know what? And he doesn't have to file as a sex offender.
offender. Yeah, you don't. And I
He
see
does.
you falling asleep on here, huh?
No, I'm just getting sleepy.
Yeah, me too. It's 4 in the morning here, 3:51.
Yeah, we getting ready to get up off of here, y'all. If
Yeah,
anybody got any last words, you guys can come up and say so if you guys got anything to add to it. Oh, I already went over what happened today earlier in my live, Miss Curtis, when I first came on. Yeah, he definitely did want to start him. I can agree with you on that. Yeah, Miss Curtis, we talked about the whole gag order, what happened in court and everything. I've talked about it a few times. I don't know where you were at. I thought you were in here. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they definitely gonna be damn, Deja Fluid is the only person you see? Oh, your baby's sick. I'm sorry to hear that, baby.
hey, for sure. How you doing?
Yeah, she's like, hey, Fluid. Like that's the only person she see. Can I get a quick recap? Basically, um, the judge made sure she put in order. Hey, Deja. She put in the orders and made sure that they understood that they got to take everything off all the social medias. She also sent in a gag order. She sent in the gag order or a cease and desist to Google and Meta, whatever it's called, through Facebook or whatever. But anyways,
Metaverse. The metaverse.
yeah, they have a certain amount of time to take all them videos and shit down. If not, Google's going to remove it for them, and whoever else is in charge of all that. There's a no contact in order. He can't have contact with any of them. Um, he can't even make a phone call out to his family. So if he was trying to call Maisha, whoever, he can't. Now his attorney can do. He can do stuff through his attorney, but he can't do it through. Yeah, he can't make any phone calls. No more video calls. No more none of that. He won't be doing any more interviews. He won't be on Big O. No more none of that. All his privileges are revoked. Hopefully, because I believe this is during the time that we're going back and forth to court. Now, if he does get sentenced, I don't know if that's still going to hold true to then.
Even after he gets sentenced for this serious stuff, he still gonna have
Uh
to
huh.
come back down for the local stuff, the jail, the drone, and all that. Whatever
Right.
contraband that was. You know what I'm saying? And that's minimal and it's serious too because that's a form of escape and stuff like that. So like, even though he wasn't trying to escape, that the boy was sticking a broomstick out of his cell. Who knows if it was him or his cellie? Who the hell knows? He got charged for it, whatever.
Right.
But oh man, you know, they say that nobody asked them questions. They like to say that nobody tried to ask them questions. Nature Boy had not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 bail hearings. And at none of them bail hearings, especially the most important two, the first
Right,
two,
Sheila.
did any of one of them girls go up there to try to be a character witness for Nature Boy and try to say that he didn't do it at any point in time. I believe
Mm-hmm.
in the second bail hearing, Nature Boy called character witnesses to try to get him out, and none of them females was one of them. That says a lot. You know, when they initially interviewed
They don't have
y'all,
a date yet.
they said that y'all said that what y'all wasn't talking to them at all. Malia, they called you, regardless of what they wanted. Y'all supposed to took advantage of that and tried to ask questions to try to find out what was going on and try to say no and contest the charges. Y'all ain't do none of that. The court of law is a dirty game. It's not fair, but Nature Boy
What
wasn't
do you mean?
fair. He wasn't a
Right.
fair and just person. So when you live by the gun, you die by the gun.
That's a fact. What do you mean, Miss Curtis? What if the women call him? Call him who? Who can they call? You mean if they call the attorney? What do you mean? If they can call the jail all day long.
They
Anybody
ain't
can
gonna
call
get
the
through.
jail.
They not, you
Yeah,
know.
anybody can call the jail. You can call and get information. That's another charge that if is a felony. Drone law in Georgia went in effect 2019. It's a felon. Yep, it is. You're right, Sheila. It definitely is. What do you mean his phone calls are restricted? He can't call anybody. They can call whoever they want to call. Yeah, they can call whoever they want to call. They can make calls wherever. It don't matter who they call. They're out. They're not in jail. They have freedom. He's in jail. All his privileges in jail have been taken. You thought that they could call him from outside in jail? Hey, Lex to go. What's up, baby? Oh, okay, 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 okay. Yeah, no, they can't call him. Hey, you wanted to come up? I thought I let you up already. Are you up?
And I just recently found out Pastor P was in an accident.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that off of here.
All right.
Hey, Cheetah.
Get well wishes to Pastor P, man. I like him.
Yeah, yeah. It's a very sad situation. Very,
Get
very,
well
very
to him.
sad situation. I'm trying to get you up. I don't know what's going on. Hold on.
I don't if the T could still post, I don't even think she want to.
So can the T still post? Yeah, she can
She
still
cooked
post.
them.
They didn't put. She wasn't a part of that. Simply Anna was.
She cooked them anyway. She don't gotta post no more. She cooked
Yeah.
them.
Miss Tay, I'm trying to let you up. I don't know what's going on, baby. Okay, are you up now? No. Hold on, y'all. We gotta fix this box. These boxes always give me problems. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 minute. All right. If you guys want to come up, go ahead. You can now. Oh, damn, Star Moon. Ooh, we done covered a lot, baby. Well, first of all, the gag order is in place, and also there's a no contact order in place, so he can't have any contact with any of the women. Yep, it's just him and the inmates. Hey, Park, where you been? Hey, love. Yep, it's only him and the inmates. He better get to knowing that law. This is when you learn your law. Hey, Jayla. He has to definitely learn the law now. This will give him plenty of time to reflect on telling people to kiss his motherfucking Converse. He has a lot of time to reflect.
He got a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it ain't nothing but a real nigga moment. You hear me?
Fact. You wrong. You wrong for that one. He hasn't went to trial yet, Hustle and Glow. I know we've been on here for a little minute. I came on late though. Got his vibes. I came on about 9 o'clock my time. He don't have nothing but time on his hands, y'all.
He
Nope,
gonna
he sure
like
not gonna last long. Hey, Miss Red.
no, that
Miss
ain't
Red
true.
was in there. She seen Juju swinging at the air. But I think Miss Red feels sorry for Nature Boy. And I can understand why she would, because she really probably don't know his background history. She don't know the real shit he done did. You know, a lot of people don't, unfortunately.
He might not have it as bad as you think because you got a lot of people not willing to risk their freedom for somebody else. And once you lose your freedom, when you go to jail, you don't want to re-lose your freedom, which means go to the hole. Once you get all your commissary and your TVs and all that shit, a lot of dudes don't be wanting to get caught up in no nonsense over no nut ass
Mm-hmm.
nigga. So what they gonna do is, you know, he might get extorted upstate and had to pay rent to live in his cell, you
Thank you,
know, and
Starbucks.
it'll cause him to either snitch or check in, especially if he's not willing to fight. We living in a gang era now. 9 times out of 10, you saw how fast he was willing to hop on the Muslim train. He's gonna hop on that train again at some point. You know what I mean, and try to join
That's been
something.
a long time, baby.
He gonna have to join something to
Oh,
survive.
Pink. Yes, he
Okay.
definitely is. Pink, you had to be in here. It was a very long live. I can't
Yeah,
even
we've been
imagine to go back and talk
out.
about everything. It was a long live, baby.
No,
You had
you
to
can
be here.
tell.
He was used to jail since to say he was locked up. He ain't never been locked up, Sheila.
You can tell by the way he act because when he put his whole discovery on, he ain't never been no jail. He ain't never did no time.
Right. He didn't even know what the fuck is going on.
He thought he whining because he did a year, wasting all
Right.
this money on bail hearings and shit, and bullshit hearing. Like his lawyer had to go to that hearing. That shit cost money. This last hearing he just had today,
Mm-hmm.
that shit cost money.
Yep.
It's like 500.
7,000 more.
It's like 500 every time they go to enter a courtroom. Some lawyers charge. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
every time he had these bullshit ass hearings that he don't know.
You're fading out again.
Oh shit. Yeah, it's time for me to go then. Keep fading now. I gotta go.
Okay. Well, we will talk to you tomorrow and we will be doing content tomorrow, y'all. So we have been here for a while. We are getting ready to go. Yes, the gag order is in place. No, the gag order doesn't include the lawyers. The lawyers haven't talked. The lawyers didn't put the discovery out. They did. The lawyers haven't talked. The lawyers know better. They haven't talked to nobody. There's no reason to put a gag order on a lawyer. They know better. You talking about Mama Medea? Yeah, that's old, loco. That's old.
Did she take her heart medication?
He said Nature Boy took her heart medication. He didn't take her heart medication. He just talked her into not taking it.
Putting her on a B6 diet because he ain't know
But they
what the
were
fuck.
listed on the complaint. I'm gonna look at the complaint. I didn't see nothing about the lawyer. The look they were. Everybody has to be given a copy of it, but I didn't see anywhere where they use that as a reference. Every reference that they used was a Nature Boy TV, YouTube channel, Simply Anna's channel. Yeah, I didn't see anywhere where they used anything that the attorneys themselves did. I have a copy of it. They listed the attorneys on there as the acting attorneys, but they didn't say anything about there's a gag order in place for them. Not for them per se. I read the whole gag order. He made her believe he could. Yeah, he did. He did. He did. And she believed in him. She
What the fuck
believed
is
in a
the
false
B6
prophet,
diet though?
unfortunately.
What is that? What is the B6 diet? I never understood that.
Well, one of them were trying to explain it to me the other day, and I was just like, okay. It's basically where you eat healthy and clean. Yeah, she been gone for some years, loco, but that's not the only person.
But see, you got to do like the dude. There's a dude that his name Yakim, and he on it. He probably the best one. I like Yada too, but he
I
probably the
like Yada
best
too.
one. But Yada he's using basic products and charging $100 something for
Right.
that shit. That shit is not worth 100. That shit ain't nothing but some sea moss. I can tell you what's in it. It ain't really worth all that. He's spending fucking $8 to make $100 and something, and I think that that's wrong. You know what I mean? It is health is
Envy.
really the wave right now. But if you drink your H3O
I'm sorry.
and stay
Okay.
hydrated during the day, you be fine. All you gotta do is stay hydrated, man. That's one of the one of the biggest keys to flushing your system is staying hydrated, putting the right water in you, and not eating so much beef and red meat and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We adapted
Yes,
to.
loco.
We ain't 100% vegan. I ain't never met a vegan race yet in our history. So
Damn. Yada done scam somebody. Ooh, that's deep. Damn.
I ain't gonna
Did
put
you hear
that on
about
his
Brother
name.
Polite going to jail?
Nah, he ain't in jail.
They just put up a let me find that damn article.
He
It was
pleaded
on
guilty to sexual assault or some shit on a minor. And he ain't.
no. After this is no. Hold on. Where did I see it at? It was on not World Star. It was on one of those let me find it real quick. Hold on. He's getting 60 days. So he already went to jail for it, right? He already started his time. Brother Polite. He was a 14-year-old girl. Yeah, it popped up on my thing. I was like, Wait, let me see something real quick. Let me see if I can find it because I think I sent it to Amazing. Hold on, y'all. I'll be real
That's the
quick.
problem with these dudes, man. They get
I know I
online
sent it to.
and all these women be
Hold
wanting
on.
them.
Let's see. Yeah, because I was surprised that Yakin didn't post it.
Yeah, he took a plea. That's it. But I'm out, Cherry. I gotta go. I'm tired as hell.
Okay, love.
I'll
You
see
have
you
a
later.
beautiful. Okay, talk to you later. Have a beautiful, blessed
Yeah, you
night.
have a beautiful night too. You have a beautiful night too. Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. Oh, y'all.
Thank
Hope
you.
y'all. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome, as always.
As usual. See you tomorrow. Okay, you guys. Yeah, we'll pull the article up tomorrow. But yeah, they said that Yada, I mean not Yada, shit, wrong person. Uh Polite was in jail. You know what I noticed? All the women who left their kids and went to carbonation all left boy children. That is true. That is very true. That's something to think about, Star Moon. That's something to think about, baby. Well, I'm gonna head on out. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I want to get sleep, you guys, because what's happening is I'm not getting enough sleep, and by the time I gotta go live, I'm extremely sleepy. Yeah, I believe so, Sheila. We're gonna pull that. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow because Nature Boy's not the only predator. I believe he definitely did. Okay, sweetness, Dre. Can you guys all make sure you recharge tomorrow? I got some hot content coming tomorrow, and I also got some tea and I got some bombs. I'm gonna expose the messages between me and Aya tomorrow. Okay, we will definitely be doing. And yes, I